There's nothing like the feeling of dragging something home from the weeds and building something that looks like this. So we got carpet in, gauges, new steering wheel. Peace out.
Buffalo. Buffalo. Buffalo.
You know what? I think he's gonna whack.
He looks really good with a Teletubby in front of him.
With a what? With a what in front of him? Are you okay? Hey, you're on film right now, you know. A what? What?
You look like a Teletubby. Oh, I love you.
Here's my sign, I mean.
I can't
Walmart.
look at you.
We're family friendly.
I know, but I'm gonna pee my pants.
Classic Truck Rescue. Welcome back to the channel, folks. I hope you brought your popcorn. Today's video is going to be a long one. You guys are way behind, and it's not your fault. I've been getting a lot of work done. The big building's done. The roadhouse garage is done. The house is in one piece. You still gotta watch the videos though. You guys are way behind, way behind. Today's video is footage that I shot in late October, almost November, when I was putting in the septic system. I've done 3 videos in a series called Installing a Complete Cap and Fill Septic System. It's a long title. It was a long job. You guys are way behind, and I'm gonna get you caught up. I've already made 3 videos showing the tank being put in, I believe, us installing the septic tank, the high pressure line, and something else. Oh yeah, me digging up the fiber optics. Anyway, the last part, we're gonna just do all of it. So I'm gonna put the 3 links to the first 3 videos in the septic system playlist. I'm gonna put those in the description if you want to. This might be helpful to somebody who was like me and knew absolutely nothing about septic systems. I had to learn everything. I had to go to the right people and have them show me how to do things. But anyone who watches this series of videos will know how to put in a complete septic system. A to Z, showing the tank going in, the high pressure line, and then the building of the drain field. And I'm assuming that most of the techniques and materials and things like that used in this video series will show everyone how to put in a septic system. We got her done, and it got inspected and it passed. Anyway, the big building's done. The roadhouse garage is done. It's freezing out here because it's January 2026. We've made a lot of progress on the house. As a matter of fact, I want to go in it and warm up. We're not living in it yet. We're waiting till it's finished, until it's passed all of its inspections. We're trying to do everything the right way. I've reduced the numbers of trucks on the property considerably. The county is happy with my progress, and I'm going to keep reducing them. We're not going to have 50 trucks out here. We're not going to have 20 trucks out here. We're going to have as many trucks as we need to function out here. If a truck has a legitimate use on our farm, we will use it as a farm truck. And a couple of projects. Classic Truck Rescue needs to go back to its roots. I love going out on the road and dragging trucks out of the bush and bringing them to life. We'll do that in this video. We'll bring one of my trucks to life, though. Bucket truck with the bucket stuck out. We got to move it. It's in the way in the video. And I promised the county that I would move it away from my drain field. Anyway, I want to go in the house and warm up. Thanks for coming. I do mention a couple of times in this video for you to like, subscribe, share, comment, keep coming back, and ding, click the notification bell. Do it, just do it. It doesn't cost you anything. Anyway, let's get right into this video. Classic Truck Rescue, welcome back to the channel, folks. Well, I'm still working on my septic system. They've changed my inspection to Tuesday. It's Sunday. They're being pretty cool, actually. They're giving me a chance to get this done before it gets wet out here. I did cover the entire drain field with plastic, which I can take off today because we're supposed to have sunshine now. America! Anyway, I'll get the plastic off. I've got my 1.25 inch high pressure line ran all the way up to the tank. I got my risers on the tank, got a company coming to hook up the pump and the tank alarm, got the driveway trenched, put in the sleeve, the 2-inch sleeve, and the 1.25 inch pipe inside the sleeve. I went ahead and filled the whole trench with gravel because I didn't want us later to have a spot that just is always sinking. I figure filling it with gravel and packing it as I did will keep the driveway from becoming a roller coaster ride. It needs to pack down a little bit, but I've got a good 1.5 inch rock base going. As soon as we get that packed down a little bit, I'll go over it with some 3/4 minus, which I do have. It was okay to backfill this part of the trench because we need the driveway. So I've made it this far with my trench, keeping it at a pretty consistent 2 feet deep. I have to run it along this line, this white line. I already marked it out, and this is all glued together. So I just need to dig the trench and toss it in there. And this trench only has to go to about where that last flag is. My concrete distribution box will go right here. I'll dig a 12-inch trench all the way down to the other end of that plastic. I'll have another pipe coming out of the distribution box that goes that way, then that way. And I'll have 125 foot of drain field in one line and 100 foot in the next line.
Are you sure about that?
My plans change.
For a total of 225 feet of the perforated pipe.
Are you sure about that?
Plans change.
Is it true that with your new mechanical arm, you can shift gears in less than a 20th of a second?
That should be pretty good. That's what the permit called for. And this is a cap and fill system. So once I get the trenches dug, some rock in, the pipe in, rock over the pipe, weed barrier on top of that, then I come in and put a 10-inch cap of native soil on top of everything, 125 feet long and 30 feet wide. I'm going to go ahead and pull this plastic off of here. I'll pull the plastic to the side so it pushes all the water to one side and not on my drain field, which should be super dry under there. And we're supposed to have sunny skies from now until my inspection, which is Tuesday. I've got the rest of today and all day tomorrow to get her done. I think I can do it this time. And also I learned my lesson after digging up the fiber optic cable that I tried. So I really did. I tried not to do that. That was just stupid, but live and learn. So I have a new rule. Anytime I'm trenching or digging with my backhoe, before I get on the tractor, I look at where I'm going to be digging and I ask myself, is there anything there? Well, there's nothing from where I've dug to where I'm digging, so we're safe. Well, unless there's some weird thing that I run into, which happens when you're digging, but there should be no utilities other than what I'm putting in now, what I've put in for the electric, and what's in there for the sewer. So there's nothing over here, there's nothing out there. I need to get to digging. Yup. And also I'm putting in my green locate wire with the pipe. I think we can get there from here as long as we get to getting. Let's get.
Like I've known you my whole life, but nothing more than friends this whole time. Summertime skipping a rock so innocent. I never thought I'd ever hold your hand, but there's something in the sunset feels different this time. There's a feeling, if you feel it, baby, I don't wanna hide. We don't gotta stay friends forever, we can cross that line together. Find love, baby, never say never.
So we've already got the septic tank in. I've got the high pressure line run all the way to the septic tank. We've got a lot done. What I have left to do is my drain field, which is going out here. That concrete box was supposed to go right here, and then we were going to have a 125 foot run going that way. We were going to come over 10 feet and have 100 foot of that stuff going that way. Well, there was a problem. The ground right here is 14 inches higher than it is way down there at the other end. So it was deemed that rather than have a 125 foot run and a 100 foot run, I would have 3 75 foot runs. The 125 foot and 100 foot one equal 225 feet, and the 375 ones equal 225 feet. The math is the same for both. As long as I have a total of 225 feet, I'm good. So now that box, instead of going right there, is going over there. I just dug this ditch, and then I'm going to branch off it 1, 2, 3. But first I got to do some more rototilling. I have a lot of work to get done on this so I can get the inspection done this Thursday and be done with this before winter hits, and then I can go back to work on what I was working on, which you haven't seen either, which is I'm putting a temporary roof over this section of the house that has to be built.
I believe God will provide.
So it doesn't get soaking wet as soon as I start building it. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe. Please subscribe, because when I don't put videos up, we lose subscribers, and we'd like the channel to continue growing. It won't all be drudgery all the time, and there'll come a time when I don't have to build out here. Well, I'll build trucks, but when I don't have to build the infrastructure out here, and we'll be able to be more consistent with the videos. Anyways, I got to get back to work. Classic Truck Rescue, thanks for watching, thanks for caring. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, keep coming back, and ding, click the notification bell. All right, now I can start digging my trenches for my leach lines. That one I'll have to get, I'm gonna have to get some new batteries, I guess, before I can move it. But it's a good 6 feet off the line. I'll get it moved, hopefully before the inspection. If not, I'm sure they can see their way to trusting me to get that done pronto. I don't want it right next to the drain field. Well, I'm under the gun again. I live under the gun. I missed another inspection. Today I could have had my whole septic system inspected and checked off, but I didn't get it done. I spent all day yesterday running around picking up materials, pipe, fittings, things like that. I went to 4 stores. I probably could have went to the last one and got everything. Oh, and then I had to send McFly up to get drone footage of this whole site so that I can get a 2-scale map of my septic system. right now, all I have left to do is to set the concrete distribution box at the head of the field, dig my trenches for the 3 leach lines, backfill them with rock, put fabric. Okay, I've got a lot left to do, but I'm going to try to get as much of that done today as I can, and I have gotten a lot done. The driveway's already been dug up, had the 1.25 inch high pressure line put in. I put a 2-inch sleeve right there that goes all the way to the other end to put the high pressure line inside. I've run my locate wire that far. The tank's all hooked up. I had some help, but what I didn't film was film that debacle. No, I didn't film that debacle. Anyways, we're gonna forget about that. I had a couple of guys from American On-Site, good company, come out and hook up all my wiring and everything. My pump, my tank alarm, my floats, all of that, all the power's run, and it's pigtailed right up there, and I've got a heavy duty cord running all the way to the temporary power where they can just plug it in to test it, and when it comes time to hook it up, it's going to be real easy to hook up to that. This I had on here just for the leak test on the tank so that water wouldn't be coming out of that hole. I still have to hook up that fitting, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a piece of ABS that I've already put a cap on straight out there. I've already got my gravel bed on. So all I have to do is pull that out, put that pipe in, hook that fitting onto the end of the pipe, and I'm good to go there. What I did to lower the tank level, because I didn't want to just pull that out and have water, a lot of water, go all around the perimeter of this tank. So I got an old air hose and stuck it down in there and made me a siphon that ran all night long. Just a trickle, but just a trickle did the job. So I'm gonna get this hooked back up. I'm taking Yunkin over to the shop, gonna get my grease gun out and grease all the fittings on the backhoe and grease all the fittings, because Yunkin's working hard, doing a good job, but his bucket, all this has been creaking because it's been sitting in the barn for, you know, a couple years and hasn't really been used that much, but it's sure coming in handy now. Anyway, I got to get to work. Thanks for coming back. Let's get into this. I actually need that elbow for my drain field. This, they told me, was a bummer if you let it drop down in there, so we'll try not to do that. There we go. And they said to put that thing right in the center of the hole. Gotta get some glue on there. Oh, that's not the part that gets dried out. That's the part that gets dried out. Oh boy.
I only have 2 hands. And I only have 2 hands!
There we go. That'll work, folks. All we gotta do is tighten this clamp up and we're done here. Looks pretty good to me. I do not want to drop this razor knife down in there. I don't. yeah. Okay, job done. With that done, the tank, the electrical, the high pressure line, everything's completed all the way out to the distribution box. I can reclaim these parts. I'll use this elbow on my drain field. I will use it on my drain field. Yep. I know this is just going in the dirt, so it's pointless to clean it. But before it goes into the dirt, it's gonna ride in my little trailer with all my other stuff. And I don't need to get it all dirty. I gotta fill it back up, folks. Okay, so I'll just leave it filling until it gets to that mark with my initials on it. And now I'll go get to work on my drain field. Okay, so before I started digging the 75-foot drain lines, and before I set the distribution box right here, I decided to go down my ditch that goes all the way over to the other side of the house. Like a mole with a shovel, I went down the line and took down all the high spots. Some of the places the roots were holding it up, but I got all the high pressure line laying flat in the ditch all the way to the house. So this is ready for backfilling. I also made sure that the green locate wire was next to the pipe all the way down. And now I'm going to start digging my lines. It's supposed to be an 80% chance of rain today. Please be wrong, or let that 20% of not rain be strong, because if I can get these lines dug and get the pipe in them, I can use that plastic to cover this up and get it inspected Tuesday. That sounds like a good goal to me. I'll be back. This is not a product review, but I am going to take a minute to thank the people at Dovo for sending me this laser level, which I'm going to set up over here. This is going to make my life a lot easier today. It's really critical that this be level, because this is what's going to keep my whole drain field level. That looks pretty good to me, folks. I see I only have the horizontal line on. That's fine. Now I'll mount the receiver to my stick. Yep. Turn it on. I'm gonna go right to this corner over here. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so now I'll shut this off. I'm at 4 feet, 1.5 inches. So I'm going to move it up to 5 feet, 1.5 inches. And now I just dig until this gets triggered by the sending unit, and I'll be at the right depth for my drain field. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go over here and get a look at how deep 12 inches is on my bucket when it's standing on end. Well, I've gotten super lucky so far. Not a drop of rain today. It's about 6 at night. I've got one trench left to dig. I'll show you what I've got done. Like I said, I've got one trench left to dig. The Dovo laser level has been working great. I did wear out the battery on the receiver though, so I put some new batteries in it. This was the last ditch I dug right here. We'll see how this is doing. Oh, I just put my hand in a big pile of grease. That's awesome. That's just great. Oh boy. Okay, so what I've done is on all of these ditches, I've gone a little farther than I have to. So I need to put in an inch of dirt right there. Yeah. It's a lot easier to put the dirt in than it is to take it out. All right, I'll get this last trench dug. Classic Truck Rescue, super early on a Friday morning. Got my little helper, Annabella, the truck inspector general, with me. I've been waiting for the sun to come up. I worked until after dark last night. I got all of my trenches dug. I am done digging.
Are you sure about that?
I think. All I have to do is put the rock inside the trenches for the drain field, put the distribution box in, tie that together, and run the high pressure line into the distribution box. Then I can put in 6 inches of rock, put my pipe in, make sure it's all level, put in another 6 inches of rock to fill my 12-inch deep trenches.
Holy cow! I'd better get a move on.
What I have to do first is go in there, go down each trench with the laser level and receiver and get it all perfectly level, and I was just going to walk on it and pack it where the pipe's going to go. Once that's done, I just toss my pipe in. I don't need to put locate wire on it. I just have to have the locate wire running to the distribution box on the high pressure side. It is what it is. We got to go feed the critters. I'm all out of whack because I don't have my quad here. I drove the tractor home last night. Annabelle and I will get the tractor warmed up, take it over to the job site, and then we'll walk over and get Captain Blackjack Schwartz, the quad, and we'll go feed the critters. I'll be back. Peace. Oh yeah, I forgot probably the most important part of this intro. Anna, no dig. No dig. Don't get all muddy. We have a 85% chance of rain today, and we were supposed to have rain yesterday, but no rain, not a drop. My dirt's still dry. It sprinkled a little last night. I'm praying, my prayer for today, Lord, hear my prayer, is for God to keep my dirt dry, and me too, if that's possible. But I can't move this tractor around in that freshly tilled and dug soil on my drain field. It'll just sink if it's soaked. But if I can get the pipe and the rock in before and get my fabric on top, I can pull the plastic that I had covering the drain field back over it, and it'll stay dry for an inspection Tuesday. Wish me luck. Please, Lord, let it be so. Ready, Annabella? Ready? Come on, sweetie. This is what Dad's been doing. Dad's been doing this. I've got all my digging done, folks. That's a good feeling. There's the cross where my high pressure line comes in, and then my distribution box goes right there in the middle, and it branches out to the 3 already dug drain field line ditches. This has been a lot of work. I've dug 495 feet of ditch. That's a football field and 2/3. Anna, come on, you stay out of the ditch. Boy, you go in there, you won't be able to get out. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Stay with Dad. Just check every truck that she goes by. Oh, there goes the bunny. She's learned not to chase the bunnies. Oh, she didn't see it. Did you want to check Woody out? We got to work today, honey. Oh, I know you want in there bad. I know how it is with you. No, honey, it's kind of nasty looking inside old Woody right now. Come on, sweetie. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. Got my tools all packed and ready to go. I just pulled the whole trailer in last night when I got done working. Right, you sit and be good, honey. Be good. Good morning, everyone. Jet. How you doing, buddy? Hi, girls. Jet. Oh, you're being a good boy today. Hi, girls. How's everyone doing today? There you go, Jet. There's a big scoop. Good boy. Good boy, Jet. Hi, girls. Here we go. Breakfast. It's breakfast time. Okay, you guys have a good day. I'll see you this afternoon. Love you. Bye. Good girl, Anna. Good girl. You are a good girl. Let's go feed those chickens. It's sprinkling. Lord, please let my dirt stay dry. Well, it was just drizzling on me, but I can deal with the drizzle. Annabella and I got the chickens fed, and cows and Jet fed. Got her fed. Also, I went in, I had a whole bunch of paperwork that I had to submit to the county. And the people at American Onsite have been helping me with that. But I had to help myself learn how to scan and upload documents to the county. It's all a learning process, folks. Anyway, been having problems with my gate. Not functioning correctly, so I'm going to go by and check on it. Ooh! Almost forgot. I think I have to siphon a little more water. I have to siphon a little more water out of the septic tank. Because yesterday, like a bonehead, I left the water running while I was out digging. The good news is I have a tried and tested siphon hose for long distance siphoning. It requires some lung effort, but I can get her going. To drain it down to the level that I had it at and had it marked at. So I'm going to have to pay attention today because I don't want to drain the whole tank. I left that hose in to see what happened because it overflowed. It overflowed. I might put a little dirt over that. Oh, it's actually, well, it's not too far over. It only needs to come down about an inch. I'm gonna let that be for now, folks. I'll leave my siphon hose out here in case I need it. All's well over here for now. I know, Slinky. I'm coming, just let me get this house built. I'll be back. Gate's wide open. Oh, I hope I've got that Phillips screwdriver. Oh, I put my screw gun in the trailer. Put my screw gun in there, so I wouldn't have to deal with the screwdriver. These are some long-winded screws. Oop, gotta have that. I believe I have to adjust the hinges so that the gate closes easier. It's taking too much effort to close that gate. Time to get to work. This is a pretty dry spot to leave my tools. I wonder if I'm gonna need muck boots today. It's not really sticking at this point. I have to go through all of these ditches with the laser level and get them all even. I'm gonna start right there because I know I had it dead centered right there. Using my Dovo laser level, which has turned out to be a really handy device. We'll send McFly up to get a shot of the system as it is. And I'll come out here to where I know I'm at the grade I need to be at for my pipe, which is right here. Turn the receiver on. That's what you want, the solid line right there. You want it to have that solid line when your stick is perfectly straight up and down. Just like that, folks. And you tighten her down. That is the grade that this ditch needs to be at all the way down, as well as this ditch. See, I have to go up just a little. I only have to go up about 1.5 inches, and I've dug it all about the same level, so I can just go down and level it all off, and I should be good. Look at that. Okay, so that's my starting point. All right, folks. I'm gonna put this camera away, and then I'll set you up on the runs all day camera. We'll start in the middle, because that's where we know it's the right depth, and we'll high speed all of this. One down, 2 to go. I'm getting an early start. I worked as late as I could last night on my septic system. I just got tired. I've been going at it for almost 2 weeks straight now, but I'm thinking we can get finished today. All the digging is done. I went down each of the 3 trenches where the drain field pipe is going and took my laser level and got all the dirt level. The next step is to put in 6 inches of rock. And what I'm going to do is use these. These, I'll go down the trenches and tap into the ground and use my laser level so that only 6 inches is above ground. And then when I dump my gravel in, I'll just dump it in till it's even with these pipes and probably take a rake and smooth it all out. So I have 6 inches of consistent gravel all the way for a bed. And these will be at the top of that gravel and the pipes will lay on these and be level. I had 42 and I did the math, and that amounted to 1 pipe every 5.25 or something, just under 6 feet. I wanted them a little closer, so this pipe is actually part of the structure of my old shop in a box. my previous shop before I got the Roadhouse garage, which is much gooder. So this pipe is of questionable integrity because it went through several versions of the shop in a box. The shop in a box came down a few times and had to be rebuilt, and this pipe was with it for 10 years, and I don't know where I've got holes for screws or weak joints that were glued, so I just cut it all up. I went and found another piece, cut 22, that gives me 66 of those, and my phone says I've got 225 feet of pipe to lay, so I divide that by 66 equals 3.40. So every 3 feet and a little bit, we'll call it 3.5 feet. I'm going to stick one every 3.5 feet, and that'll be great. That'll give me a really good guide of where to go with my rock. Bright and early in the morning. The field did not get soaked last night. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for the sun that I see coming up, and I'm going to get to work. Hopefully we can get this all buttoned up today, and then I'll cover it with the plastic.
No, you will not.
So it'll still be dry for my inspection on Tuesday, Lord willing. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get right to work. I saved you a whole bunch of drudgery watching me rake the ditches smooth, but as you can see, much nicer. Very nice ditches. That was actually a lot of work, and sometimes you got to just shut the cameras off and do the work. But they all look real good now. They're a minimum of 12 inches everywhere. I'm going to run the laser over them again, and then I'll get to putting those plastic pieces of pipe down at the height my rock needs to go.
Alarm goes off at 4:45. Roll out of bed, rub the sleep from my eyes. Throw on a shirt and some jeans and my boots, and it's time to make that morning drive. Work all day till I'm totally beat. Get back home and fall right to sleep. Alarm goes off in the morning and the cycle's complete. Work, sleep, repeat. Yeah, work, sleep, that's all I ever do anymore. Work, sleep. Somewhere up the line I forgot what I was working for. Yeah, there goes life, looks like it ain't slowing down for me. All I ever do is work, sleep, repeat. Seems like yesterday I was 17, running bootlegs and draws and screens. Now I'm running up debt and I'm scrambling to make ends meet. So work, sleep, repeat.
Well, that was very time consuming and labor intensive. I decided to put the posts, the little white plastic posts, against the wall. That way if they're not in the middle, the rock won't be knocking them over when I dump it in there. But if you take this guy right here and turn on the laser, you can go down all 3 of the trenches and put this Kramer square on top of each one. Is right there. See, it all depends on how you hold the framing square, but that's straight up and down. I'm happy. As long as it's making happy sounds, I'm happy. That took a long time, but I got each one at the same level. They're all at the same level. See, it's all in how you hold the stick, but as long as they're all in this category, we're fine. Anyway, they're all pretty accurate. With that done, it is time to hop on the tractor and start putting some rock in those ditches. The Dovo 3-plane laser level has really helped me out on this project. Classic Truck Rescue, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Well, I forgot to turn the camera on last night when I started putting rock in the ditch over there in my septic drain field. I get a lot more work done when I'm not filming. I forgot to turn the camera on, so I've got all the rock in that needs to go in before the pipe gets put in, which means it's time to put pipe in, but after I level out the rock so that my pipe will be level. This part right here from the tank over on the other side of the house all the way out here to the distribution box is all high pressure, so it doesn't have to be perfectly level. But the drain field does have to be perfect. Went through a lot of my pile of rock, but I think I have enough left to put the top over the pipe. The whole time I was digging the ditches for the drain field, I was wondering how I was going to put in the rock. I don't know if I got it on film or not, but what I did is I brought my tractor in this way and scooped a big pile of the spoils from this ditch off here and kind of pushed the rest of it over a little. That made it possible for me to bring my tractor in this way with the front wheels right there and dump the rock into there. Over here I had to go around to the other side. I think I got it, you know, for what I was dealing with, pretty level. And this one right here, you can see if I take the high side, because I was reaching over that pile, if I take the high side on the right and rake it over, it'll get to where my pipes are, and the tops of each of those pipes is exactly where my pipe needs to lay on the rock. This last trench over here, there were some obstacles that kind of had me dumping a little bit over there, but there might actually be more rock in the ditches than needs to be, which is fine, because once the pipe goes in, there's supposed to be 6 inches of rock on top of that. Actually just 2 inches of rock on top of the pipe, but the pipe is 4 inches thick, so you got 6 inches on the bottom, the pipe which is 4 inches with a rock on each side, and then 2 more inches, which makes a foot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break out my shovel, which has become a very good friend of mine. I spent some hours with the shovel and I haven't filmed much of it, and the rake. the shovel is definitely, a pointy shovel is definitely my best friend on this project. Oh, and Yunkin, thank you Yunkin. But I'm going to take my pointy shovel and I'm going to level this out, and then I'm going to have a trough in the middle that's level with the top of those pipes in each of the ditches, and then I can lay my pipe on it and my pipe will be level, and then I just cover everything with rock up to level with the dirt. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Oh, and also I have to put my distribution box, that concrete thing right there, in the middle. The inlet is higher where the small high pressure line comes into it. That inlet is up higher in the box. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, see that hole on that end is higher than those other two? That hole will be facing the back, and that white high pressure line will dump into it, and then the big holes will come out to the drain field. One will go straight through for that ditch right there, and the other two will come out and go that way. But that box, the outlets on it have to be at the same height according to the laser level as the drain field pipes. So that's why I put some rock in there. I may have to put some more in there, but it's a good start. A lot of work ahead. I'll try to film what I can. Forgive me if I leave the camera off, but I get a lot more work done when I'm focusing on the work. I'll be back. Oh, also got to get that truck moved. I checked out my weather app. Pretty much supposed to have drizzling all day long, but that's okay. I've got my rain hat on, and I've got a raincoat if this one gets soaked. I'm approaching the finish line, folks. Sunday, early Sunday morning. The sun just came up, and I have till Tuesday afternoon. It's got to be inspected, and it's got to pass Tuesday so I can get my life back and get back to work on putting a temporary roof over the work area on the house.
No, that's a stupid idea.
I believe God will provide.
A miracle! A good roof over our heads.
I'll be back. Yesterday was Sunday. I made an executive decision. I was out here getting drizzled on. It was just a non-stop, not a drenching rain, but a drizzle and a shower thing that eventually soaked my coat, soaked my hat through. And I said, you know what? I need a rest. I've been going at it for 2 weeks straight on this septic project, just working a lot, trust me, late into the nights too. And a lot of digging and a lot of shoveling and a lot of raking. I can only do so much. So yesterday I decided to knock off and go spend the day on the couch. Well, the afternoon on the couch with Jamie and dry out and rest a little bit. And I'm glad I did. Bright and early on a Monday morning, the weather forecast changed. It was supposed to be rainy all day. I can see the moon. Now it's supposed to be sunny all day. So what I have to do, I've already leveled out my Dovo 3-plane laser level that I just love, and I've got the stick with the receiver that comes with it, so I can just go around and make sure everything's correct. It does the math for me. Thank you, Lord, for my Dovo. Today I'm going to go through and level all the rock out. You can see the pipes that I put in. That's where the rock has to be level with. And I've been going down, sticking the stick on top of the pipes, and they're all dialed in pretty good. I'm going to go down them before I level the rock out and just tap them. Some of them are a little, for some reason, hair higher or lower than they need to be. I'll get them all adjusted and go through my ditches, level out the rock, and then we'll start laying some pipe. Oh yeah. I had an idea to speed things up. I've got all of the pipe laid in the ditch. I've got 70 feet of perforated pipe in each of the 3 ditches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these pieces together. I've got the female ends upstream here, so that's a female, female, female. Male ends at the other end. So all my stuff that comes out of here, I'll be attaching 4-foot pieces of this green stuff to this end. It needs to be 4 feet from the distribution box, which will be right there, to the drain field. So I need 3 4-foot sections of the green stuff. After I have 2 sections 10 foot long going this way, a 90, and then into that pipe. The problem is at the other end I still need another 5 feet of perforated drain pipe on the end of each of these runs. I have 2 pieces left. That means that if I cut these 2 pieces in half, I'll have 2 of the pieces that I need to slide on the ends of the runs, and I'll have 2 pieces that don't have a female end. So I just checked, and this is going to be a piece that gets cut up, but I do not need this bell on it. So I'm going to cut this bell off right about here, and I can use that on the 3rd run to attach one of the 5 feet pieces of perforated pipe that does not have a female end onto the end of the 3rd run, and then I will have 1 scrap piece of 5-foot femaleless perforated pipe, if that makes sense. With my 375-foot runs of perforated pipe glued together into one pipe. I'll start at this end on each one, level it with the laser level to where it needs to be, which the bottom of that pipe needs to be at the top of the little pipe next to it, and then just keep it level all the way down. I can go with a shovel and add rock or dig rock out as I go, and just make sure that at every connection it's at grade and at the other end. I think it's a great plan. Once I get all of those 3 runs level and at the same grade all the way in, I'll go ahead and put the rest of the rock in it. It needs 4 inches on each side of it and 2 inches on the top. Everywhere I have a coupler, I'll put rock so the pipe doesn't shift while I'm filling it with the tractor. With all 3 of the 75-foot runs bedded and covered, I can come down to this end and tie in the distribution box and the green pipe and 90s that go to that, and just make sure that I keep the top of the holes that feed the drain field at the same height as the top of that pipe. It makes perfect sense. Okay, so there are my 3 ends that have female ends on one end and caps at the other. I'll go put those where they belong. That should set me up just about right to have my 4 feet of pipe before I make my bend.
Oh my gosh, the pictures don't do it justice. Like it's a lot huger than...
It's a lot.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
Sweet! Now that pipe goes in there, and everybody's happy. I've got these all at the same level at this end. Now I'm making sure that the box and these pipes are the same level. And I just go, all the pipes are glued together, so I just go down with my laser level. It's a little lower, a little high. I put a little rock in, jack it up a little, and then I backfill it and I'm done. All of the pipe is in and glued. Now all I have to do is level that box off and level every one of these connections off. Go down each line and use the laser level to level each of the drain field pipes, but it's all built. Thank you, Lord, for this dry day. Seriously, I needed this. I needed it today. Thank you, God. I'm not going to be able to finish up tonight. I'm just wore out. I've been working 12, 14, 16, one day 20, not 20 hours, 16 hours though. And I feel like I've got an afternoon inspection tomorrow. I feel like half a day is plenty of time for me to take my tractor and grab some of that rock over there, bring it over here and put it on top of these pipes. That's all I got to do. Oh, and I have to unroll the weed barrier on top of it after I have the trenches filled with gravel. But I want to go over it one more time in the morning with the laser level. There's no reason I can't go down there with the laser level and get it completely accurate, at least to where they can tip the stick over a little bit and it chimes true. Anyway, a lot of progress today. This should be my last full day on this. I really need some rest. I'm kind of anxious to get back to making some videos. I haven't made any videos for 2 weeks. I made an update video, but you guys will see a lot of other stuff that I've got stowed away, footage that I've stored up while I've been doing this. As always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, keep coming back, and ding, click the notification bell. Peace out, folks. bright and early on inspection day morning. Annabella, no dig. The drudgery is officially over, I think, and I hope, and I pray. But looky there. I've got myself a top-notch, first-rate drain field for my septic system. Everything's hooked up. I've taken the laser and my stick with the receiver on it. I've gone to every corner and every end and the center of each line and made sure that they all can be zeroed out from the top of the pipe. Everywhere. It's pretty sensitive, but you see what I'm getting at, right? We're in the money zone on all of these spots. Look at that one. They're all good, and I'm too tired to walk down to the other end and show you. But trust me, the same thing happens down there and in the middle of each line. With that done, with all the pipe glued together, assembled, the caps on the end, everything leveled off, it's time to finish filling these trenches up with rock. I underestimated my rock needs. You hush. We're done with you. Thank you for your service, but go to bed. Anyway, I got a little rock left, enough to get started. Fortunately, I just got a hold of my buddy Mike. He's bringing another load. That'll be plenty to finish this off and have a little to repair a couple areas like the entrance to my big shop and things like that. Looking forward to putting the cap on this, getting done with this. I'll come back after the inspection. I don't think it's appropriate for me to run the camera during the inspection.
Maybe just a little bit.
Plus, I might get scolded, and you don't want to see that because I might cry. I'm tired. I'm tired, folks. There have been a lot of projects on this property that have been super hard and demanding. This is one of the top ones because I've had a short window to get it done with. You couldn't do this next week. Thank you, Lord, for the blue skies. I prayed, Lord, please keep my soil dry. And it's not soup, and you know, I'm not clodding around in mud. And thank you. Prayer works. It does. I wouldn't do it if it didn't work. It works. Stay in communication with your creator because he loves you and he wants to hear from you. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on the tractor. I'll put you on the runs all day. Camera, get that laser over there turned off, and I'll leave them set up in case the inspector wants to use my new high-tech Dovo 3-plane laser level. Love it.
it's getting 9. Kinda heavy on my shoulders, tracking down some moments back in time. I could swore that I was in it, down to every minute. Don't know what I was sipping, but I felt like I was doing fine. Oh my. Turns out that I just got a little bit south, just a little bit north of the Georgia line. Southern comfort, hanging with my friends, all playing games. We all started out a full house, ended up just me and good old James. I could swore that I was winning, kinda had a feeling. Last thing I remember, I was drinking till the moon shine. Oh my. Turns out that I just got a little bit south, just a little bit north of the Georgia line. Just where I'm at, no idea when I'll get back. There's so much you just can't explain. No, I'm not one to lose control, but I don't really care at all how it ends or where it begins. And I'll do it again.
Cutting it close, folks. The inspector could be showing up any minute. I do have all of my pipe covered with 2 inches of gravel. I still have to unroll the weed barrier on top of it, but I found a couple places I thought were a little low. I've got extra rocks. I'm gonna go ahead, better safe than sorry, get it covered up real good, and then get the fabric rolled out. I went ahead and cut off my locate wire and just kind of tied it to the end there. I think I'm ready. I don't know. We'll see. Lord, please let us pass this inspection today. We need it. Okay, I just got a text from the inspector. They're going to be here at 1:15. It is 12:30. It gives me 45 minutes. Perfect. I think I can do it. Thank you, Lord. Prayer works.
That's fine. That's actually good that I can take a look at the gravel.
Yeah, I left the ends and stuff open. So I'm Rick.
Hi Rick, I'm Drake.
I think I might have met you down when it was permitted.
Yeah, I remember when you came in and you were submitting your paperwork.
So Drake is the inspector from the county. He said I could go ahead and film. I want to film the first time he's turning the pump on in my tank, in my septic tank. I can hear it. I can hear it, folks. Don't worry if you're eating, because all we're pumping today is water out to the poo garden. I can hear the pump running, but this battery on the camera that you're looking at is almost dead. I just turned on the runs all day camera though, so we won't miss the shot. The first pumping of my tank to the poo garden. You said it worked good, Lord. I need this. I'm gonna go get another battery for this camera. That one will watch. Oh, it's the first water in my distribution box pumped from my septic tank. Hey. So that's Drake. He's the one that came out and inspected our system. Good guy, knows what he's doing. Thank you. We appreciate you.
See you later.
Have a good day. That went well, folks. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you for this sunshine. Thank you for, we passed our septic inspection. There are so many things that they look at. There are a lot of things that they look at when they come out and inspect. Oh, I got to finish putting my vapor barrier on. He said that was okay because he could tell I was doing a good job. So The one thing he does want me to do is make sure I get some dirt under this pipe before I put anything on top of it. I'm going to put rock in here to support this end, and then I'll build the dirt up and pick the pipe up, so that way when I go to backfill this, it doesn't push the pipe down and pull it apart somewhere. That was the only thing. Oh, that, and I got to lower one float 1 inch. So this is a cap and fill system. What we do is level all this off now, fluff everything up, and then I put 10 to 14 inches of clean dirt on top of it. And if the weather holds out, I'll throw some grass seed and straw on top of that. Then I'll put the plastic back over the top of it.
No, you won't. You pass inspection.
Anchor it around the edges with rocks, and maybe grass will grow under there, but we won't have to worry about it getting soaked. And man, I'm so happy. Thank you everyone for coming to the channel repeatedly. Please remember to subscribe.
Do it right now. Right now.
Like, comment, share. I try to answer all my comments. I do. I always answer. I answer a lot of comments, and we appreciate you taking the time to leave a comment. It helps our channel to grow. But what really helps it to grow is if you just hit the subscribe button. It's not a subscription that you have to pay for. You just subscribe and ding, click the notification bell, and then it lets you know when I put up a new video, so you can suffer through some more of my trials and tribulations with me out here as I build Jamie and I's version of the American dream, the Classic Truck Ranch. Man, I'm happy. Praise God. Peace.
These hands of mine have got some stories to tell. Seen parts of heaven and a whole lot of hell. Headed west to stake a claim in the ground. I got as far as Cripple Creek that night. I met a girl with golden hair and green eyes. Fell in love on the outskirts of town. Hung my hat, figured I'd stick around. Hey, the part of me that longs to hold her at night would bury any man that don't treat her right. I'm gonna love and live and kill and fight my whole heart till death do us part. There was a man who ran that whole damn town. He thought he owned her and then they'd settle down. Took her back with a Colt 44. I loaded up and rode out into the night. Took out his men and by the dawn's early light left a blood trail up to his porch. Held my breath and I kicked down the door. The same part of me that holds her at night would bury any man that don't treat her right. I'm gonna love and live and kill and fight my whole heart till death do us part. Down on his knees he was begging for his life. She looked up at me without a tear in her eye. So I put that gun in her hand. Sometimes it takes a woman to end a man. The same part of me that holds her at night would bury any man that don't treat her right. I'm gonna love and live and kill and fight my whole heart till death do us part.
Got juice. Oh yes, very nice. Been a while. I don't even remember when the last time was I started this one. Yay! Man, what a faithful old truck. I mean, all the attachments break down all the time, but it's a good starter. We'll just let her idle real slow for right now. This one's kind of smoky. We'll get her out of there. The problem is the boom is stuck in the extended position, so I got to be really careful where I drive this thing, because it's got a heck of a tail swing. And those trusses are leaning up against it. I'll have to get my tractor with the forks on it and get those out of there. Wonder how my air pressure's doing. Oh, dangerously low on fuel. I've tried pushing that in with my tractor and everything. It just will not budge. All right, folks, I'm gonna get to work. I call it my poo garden. Look at it, folks. In the video, you only saw me moving dirt over here at the end in the daylight, but I worked until 2 o'clock in the morning, folks, putting a 10-inch cap on the poo garden drain field. And that's why it's called a cap and fill. So you saw me put in the pipes and the gravel and the fabric on top, but I put 10 inches of dirt. And when you spread 10 inches of dirt over an area that big, it's a lot of dirt. You saw me hauling loads on my tractor, bucket loads from back there in the wood to here. But what you didn't see was that I worked until 2 o'clock in the morning to get enough dirt on there because I had an inspection the next day, which we passed. It settled down some. My distribution box is right there where it says poo. They asked me to put some grass seed and straw over the cap, and you can see that we're already growing grass here. Now what we have to do is not drive equipment or big trucks over that drain field. That's just asking for trouble, and we can do that. I'll make a road that goes around the back. That's why I had to move the international boom truck, because it was right where I needed to make my road. I was driving around there before, but we can't drive on that now. I may put up some kind of a little, just a fence or a rope or something. I really don't want people driving on that, and there's no reason that they have to. That's where I needed to put it according to the county, and that's where it is. Brand new drain field. Let's not mess it up. But what I wanted to show you, this is where I was getting the dirt, and when you saw it, it was barely scraped, but that was actually a pretty big hole right there. It goes down quite a ways. The floods took that tree down and made a new feature on the property. Look at all that rock right there. That was never there before. Really changed it down there too. But look at that. That came out of the bank.